Hello, Focus for Spirit. How are you today? We're here for our reflections on life and its collateral damages. So, yesterday we had the bad news of another terrorist attack in New York, and it's sad for many reasons. I mean, the obvious ones, which is innocent people passing by and you get killed for no reason, but also because it creates fear, angst. It tends to propagate racism and intolerance and many other things. Even inside of the people's mind, you get a decision between who are the good guys and who are the bad guys. We tend to fall into stereotypes, and stereotypes are really not a good thing. Stereotypes is usually what ends up taking the humanity of the group of the people that we stereotype, because we usually never go toward a positive thing. We take something that we don't like, and then it becomes that everyone from that religion, race, color becomes the same, and we take the humanity out of them. Brené Brown explained that very well, and she says that that's how you end up passing on the act against those people that are not human anymore. They become like a sub-races because they have all the default, and you remove the humanity from them, and by doing that they end up being, well, sub-races. Hitler did it very well with the Jews, and in the past history, let's say that the colonization was also like that. I mean, black people were considered sub-races, so they could be used for any purpose. And so terrorism actually removes a lot of things and move a lot of people, and it changed your life, it changed your point of view, it changed a lot of things. And I want to talk a little bit about that to make sure that when you hear these things, you don't fall into the, oh my goodness, we can't do this anymore, we cannot not go out anymore, we cannot, no. When I was a kid, one of the last country we were in was Burundi, and we left when the civil war started. And literally, the civil war was happening at our doors. So it was, civil wars are terrible wars because they're between the same people. I mean, not that there are not wars that are terrible, but what I mean is that the neighbors become enemies just because an opinion has changed, or because they belong to two different ethnies, and because of that they can't be friends anymore, and they become enemies, and they start killing each other. And it's really surprising, even more than when you have another country that is trying something on another country. It's like, okay, it's the neighbors from the other side of the border, but when it's the people from the same community that becomes enemy because of that shift, the ambience becomes really incredibly heavy, and it's sad. And so my parents, what my parents I think did very well is that they spoke the truth, but they didn't start getting into the paranoia and that our life were in danger and they manage it in a very organic way, telling the truth. The new rules that were now applying on the country and the way we were living, we couldn't have the freedom we used to have. We couldn't go out and in just like we wanted, going to a friend's house, or that was over. Everything needed to be controlled, where you were, what time, all these things. But at the same time, they didn't stop living. And I think it's really important when you hear about those terrorist attack, or you had a relative that was caught in one of these attack, and it's to acknowledge the fear, the angst, every emotion that this event removed in you. It's acknowledging it and not trying to pretend that you're not afraid and it's okay and you're strong and you'll be stronger tomorrow. And no, acknowledge that something in you moved, that you heard, that you, if you could, you would kill those son of a. Acknowledge all this. It's really important, because if you repress all this, actually what's going to happen is that they're going to taint all of your behavior. It's going to be there always, like in the background. So acknowledge those feelings that you're having. And then everybody is different. Some people will react really, really strongly with a strong fear, and then some other will be more chill out. We have to respect that. We cannot try to tell the people that it's okay, that there's no reason to be afraid. There is a reason, but keep on living. The reality is, until now, and hopefully it will always stay like that, there's more probability for you to die in a car accident than in a terrorist attack. At least on this side of, in many countries, because some other country, unfortunately, that still have wars and many political issues and killings and so on, it's different. But for all the people who have the chance to live in countries where it's not a daily bread to have death and guns and things like that, we are very lucky. So acknowledge your feelings, put things in perspective, which is first realize that it's not going to happen every day. It's not going to happen. The probability are still higher for you to have something else first before being caught in a terrorist attack. And then every day, make an inner check. Ask yourself, how am I feeling today? Why I'm saying that? Because of the first reaction I was telling you. If that first reaction really gets ingrained in you, and the first day it might get ingrained in you because maybe you weren't far away, maybe because you have a relative, maybe because you were really close and you saw the whole thing. If that's ingrained in you and you just live it like that, pretending that it's okay, nothing happened, you're gonna have probably many issues, like you're gonna be stressed, you're gonna suffer from anxiety, you might have no patience, you might not want to see anyone anymore, you might not want to go out anymore. So to avoid these things, you have to localize, like to understand what's going on inside of you. And if you see that, no, I'm okay, I'm fine, but I'm feeling a little bit down today, like you have to monitor your mood. Because if you don't, and you just, again, say either that it's all good, or you just stay down saying, I will never again go out if life is too dangerous, same thing. You're just going to make those behaviors sticking to you, and you don't want them to stick. This world is really beautiful. If you have kids, you don't want your kids to live in the fear. So same thing with kids. Tell the truth, but don't make it more scarier than it is. Avoid letting them watching TV, because TV and social media, when things nowadays, and that's the sad part of it, there's a tendency to want to show the gore details, to make it bigger than it is, because what the social media want is a strong reaction. They want to create strong emotions. They want you to watch at this and say, wow. So they really go for full throttle. And in this case, you don't need that. I mean, you were already shocked. You don't need to add another layer on top of that. So if yourself and your kids, out of the social media, out of the TV, the facts, you already know them. There's no need to be there watching every 5 minutes if there's no new news, or if there's a more ugly picture than the one they already put it. So stay away from social media as much as you can. And with your kids, talk the truth, that this is what happened, that there are some people that, but still put everything in perspective, saying that it doesn't happen often, and it's just like an accident, it could happen, but protect yourself, protect your kids by doing this kind of thing. Don't go crazy on the TV. Keep on your checking every day and see how it evolves. Work on your awareness. If you see that it's not going the right way, that you really feel that you start to get anxious, that when you hear like a loud noise, you're really stressed out, that you have no patience, that any symptoms that shows that you're not centered, that you're not behaving as you're usually behaving, go and look for help. Psychologist, a coach, a friend. If you don't want to go there, first start with a friend, with a familiar, explain them, show them that you're not doing well and you need the help. Same thing, if you're feeling like that and someone is coming to you and try to talk to you into that, if you're able to, do not shut them down. And if you're not able, because at the moment it's too strong or too overwhelming, tell them that right now you don't want to talk about that, you don't want to deal with that, and that when you'll need them, you go and knock on the door. But, you know, this world is amazingly beautiful. Life is too short. We never know when we'll be removed from this world. So keep on moving, and let's not let terrorism win, because how they win, apart from killing people, is by putting fear in people's mind. When people start to fear, we tend to become back like animals, and we hate the neighbors, we hate the different one, and we don't want that. We don't want that. So give me your comments, let me know, and have a great day. Ciao.